Thank you for tuning in on our podcast. Módulo Músicos Unidos stands for Musicians United, for the community of musicians, promoters, authors, composers, publishers, artists, you name it. My name is Max, once again, founder of M&P Global Music. You can visit our website, mmpglobalmusic.com. All of our information is in Spanish and as well in English. So on this episode 19, we'd like to touch base on the latest information of DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather Jr. They were charged with promoting cryptocurrency without disclosing they were paid. As I did mention in the introduction, I'm a musician, producer. All the music you hear on the episodes is produced by me. I do have, both sides of the world in music and also financials. I know a little bit of both sides in the financial market with, investments, securities, life insurance, IRAs, or, retirement accounts and funding. And I'd like to, touch base, a little bit as far as what happened with DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather is kind of off topic, but at the same time, DJ Khaled is in the music industry, so I'll touch base on what's happening here. So the music producer DJ Khaled and boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. were charged by the Securities and Exchange Commission with promoting investments, in initial cryptocurrency coin offerings without revealing that they were paid. So the SEC, which stands for Securities Exchange Commission, said that the cryptocurrency coins sold in the ICOs, or the initial coin offerings, may be considered securities and subject to federal security laws. So both DJ Khaled and Mayweather, they did settle with the Security Exchange Commissions and agreed not to promote these securities. So what they did was, again, they agreed for 2 years and agreed for 3 years. And they also agreed to, give the money that they received to the SEC and pay penalties and interest. Mayweather failed to disclose that he received $300,000 from 3 different issuers, including $100,000 from Centra Tech. Khaled, on the other hand, failed to disclose a payment of $50,000 from that same company. I wouldn't like to call these two individuals idiots, but in the world of financial, I would assume that they have advisors. They'll have their accountant. I don't know who their advisors are. I do not want to know. As far as Floyd Mayweather, I used to follow him closely. So his advisor is Leonard Ellerby, and he's not in that field. Again, I don't blame Mayweather or Khaled. I blame their advisors. This company, Centra, has separately been charged by the SEC prior. Mayweather and Khaled promoted Centra's offerings on their social media accounts. I mean, who does that? These cats, they brag about, their Instagram accounts, their Twitter, and are tweeting this information saying, hey, I just made a lot of money. I made $100,000, or, you guys should do this. You can't brag about something that you earned, especially in securities. You can't do that. Thank God for these, for the Securities Exchange Commission that oversees these trades. You can't promote that, especially Mayweather. I mean, he's a big target because he has a lot of money. He has a lot of cash. He likes to brag about what he does, the money that he makes, business deals that he makes, and you just can't do that. So hopefully, of course they came to an agreement, but it's not something that you would want to brag about. The SEC really made it clear that doing so, it's fraudulent, and encourages would-be investors to be wary of those offerings that endorsed by celebrities. There's kind of that big issue. So this is the first time the SEC has brought charges against individuals for promoting these offerings, the cryptocurrency offerings, and their investigation is still ongoing. So hopefully, I just hope that they don't have anything else that has been published or has been tweeted or has been, promoted somewhere. So it's just sad that, these things happen. And again, social media is not always your best friend. So I just wanted to share that piece of information with all the audience. If you have investments, if you have, these, securities, if, don't brag about, your investments on public, on social media. Once again, I don't blame Mayweather or DJ Khaled, for what they did, their actions. I blame their advisors. And another thing I would like to point out as well is, President Trump. I hate to bring politics into something that's happening with these two individuals, but one of them happens to be in the music industry. Actually, Mayweather is in the music industry as well, as he does have a record label and have signed artists in the past. But President Trump can do whatever he wants, or at least that's what people see. Okay, that he's able to get away with anything that he does. He gets to brag about anything that he wants. He can tweet whatever he wants, and no one oversees what he does. I mean, you still have the Congress, you still have any Supreme Court judge, that can oversee his actions. However, when you have these social media accounts, the public eye is like monkey see, monkey do. But again, when you're dealing with securities, it's a different ballgame. You have the SEC looking over you, and it's federal. Okay, so you'll certainly feel the penalties and the charges, and it will continue as an ongoing investigation. So that's a big no-no. Okay, so if you see the president doing these things, certainly do not brag about your investments in social media. So thank you for tuning in on our podcast, Módulo Músicos Unidos. Again, feel free to leave any comments, any feedbacks, and we'll be more than happy to reach back out to you or reply back out to you. Also, visit our website, mmpglobalmusic.com. We have all the information in English and as well as Spanish. Podcast is available on Stitcher for Android. You have Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and also Spotify. We're also on TuneIn Radio. Whichever application is suitable for you, then you can certainly listen and follow our latest updates. Thank you for tuning in.